Welcome everyone. Today I will be talking to you about scalable machine learning deployment using PyTorch and Kubeflow pipelines. My name is Geeta Chauhan and I lead the AI PyTorch partner engineering at Facebook AI. We will start off by looking at the PyTorch community growth. Then we will dive into the challenges for scalable machine learning, and we will look at solution using Kubeflow pipelines and PyTorch. And then we will look at workflow for NLP and a demo for it, and a workflow for computer vision and a demo, and the serverless scalable pipeline solution launched for the Vertex AI. And finally, we have some good references for you to quickly get started. PyTorch community has been growing rapidly over the past few years. We have more than 1,600 contributors worldwide from companies like Google, Microsoft, Amazon, Facebook, Uber, MIT, and many more. If you take a look at the papers published on machine learning on the Archive site, you will notice that more than 54% of all the deep learning papers are now in PyTorch, and the curve is just increasing adoption across the world. Looking at the challenges for scalable machine learning, unlike traditional software engineering, machine building machine learning solutions is a very continuous and iterative process. Here, one is taking the data and building the models, so one has to optimize for a metric like accuracy. Over time, your data changes, and there are new patterns due to which there can be a concept drift or there can be a model drift. Tracking of the experiments can become very difficult, especially when you have large teams working on building these models. Model artifacts can, like the vocabularies, can get lost if they're not packaged along with the model when they are deployed. Due to the diversity of the deployment environments, deployment in production is a big challenge because you can have on-prem, cloud, and a wide variety of solutions where you're deploying this. So overall, end-to-end, the building and managing of the pipelines is very hard. And this gets compounded further when you have to scale your solutions to at very large scale inferencing and training in production. So this is where Kubeflow pipelines and PyTorch provide a great solution. So Kubeflow pipelines already comes with the solutions for building your end-to-end machine learning pipelines, starting from the experimentation phase to the production phase. So when you identify a particular problem, you will collect all the data and analyze it. Next, you will look at the machine learning algorithms and code your model for that. And then you will do many experiments with this model and the data and train your models. You will do hyperparameter tuning and optimizations, and this will be a very iterative and process where you're tuning and training your models. And finally, when your model is ready for deployment into to the productionizing phase, that's where you will start with the transforming of the data. Then you will train the model. You will package and serve this model either for an online or a batch prediction, and then you need to continuously monitor the model performance for model and concept drift, and it will be a iterative process where you will continue to tune and train your models. So PyTorch has been integrated into various aspects of the Kubeflow pipelines. So we have the PyTorch training and profiling component, which you can use for during your model training. We have Axe and BoTorch for doing hyperparameter tuning. During your data loading and transformation, you can use the PyTorch data loader and preprocessor. And for serving your models in production, you can use the TorchServe, which is integrated with KF serving. And for your model performance and monitoring, you will use the PyTorch profiler and CapTerm for model interpretability. So back in February, we launched TorchServe integration with KF serving for model serving. So KF serving is the serving solution for Kubeflow pipelines, and it provides you a scalable solution for inference for both the predictions and explain. So there is an ingress gateway that gets created. all the requests for the prediction get queued to a proxy, and then a KF serving agent will do the request response logging and serve your particular request, do things like patching, and return the results. So ThoughtServe has been integrated here as the default backend for all PyTorch model serving. It also provides you scalability features like the canary rollouts, the auto scaling of the inferencing pipelines, and the monitoring of the models in production using the Prometheus and Grafana. So today we are launching the Kubeflow pipelines and PyTorch integration. So we have two workflows out of the box, one for computer vision and another for NLP. And we have components for data loading and pre-processing, components for model training and hyperparameter optimization using Axe and BoTorch. For models deployment and serving, the TORCServe and KF serving integration has been used, so you don't have to write any custom op for this, and it comes with the canary rollouts, the auto scaling and Prometheus monitoring built in. For your visualizations of the training runs, you can use TensorBoard and the TensorBoard PyTorch Profiler plugin. Uh, and for model interpretability, you can use the Captum AI and the Captum Insights visualization, and it provides you all the metadata tracking and the lineage of all the artifacts. And we are launching two flavors of this, one on the open source side for the Kubeflow pipelines, which supports both on-prem and deployment on any cloud, and the second with the Google Cloud on the Vertex AI pipelines, which is a serverless solution. So now let's look at the open source Kubeflow pipeline, the NLP BERT workflow. So what you see here on the left-hand side is the visualization of the pipeline in the KFP UI. And on the top here, right-hand side, you see the PyTorch Profiler plugin view. And at the bottom, you see the Captum Insights for interpretability. So let's dive into a demo. We start by port forwarding into the cluster, and here is the Jupyter notebook that we are going to run on the cluster side. We start with the initial setup of the code, latest version 1.6.2 of the KFP, and now we will get a cookie for connecting to the actual cluster for authentication, and we are using this cookie for the authorization. And we create the experiment in KFP. Next, we load all the components from the YAML file. So for the pre-process, training, deploy, min.io, and then we define the pipeline. So this is the PyTorch BERT pipeline with all the parameters passed to it. And then we are setting up each of the ops and defining the parameters. So the pre-process, the training op, the min.io for uploading the trained model, and packaging for the MAR file, the configuration for it, and then the KF serving for invoking the inference, and the deploy task for this. We will compile the pipeline and then run the pipeline on the cluster. We need to change the to localhost, as that is what we had port forwarded to connect to the pipeline. And you can see the components are executing. The visualization for the custom TensorBoard component was created. All the parameters we can see from here, the configuration, the input output parameters, the visualizations. This is for the pre-process transform task. In the logs we can see the details. The training task, as you can see, is executing, so we have that circle thingy next to it. So it is loading the data. So let's dive into the actual code in the meantime. So what you see here is the YAML files. the YAML file for the pre-process, and this is the YAML file for the training, where we are passing the name of the Python file and all the parameters for it. And this is the actual code that gets invoked for the training. This is a PyTorch Lightning is used for the model training. The parameters are passed for it. This is the pre-process code. This was the component YAML file. So if you see, it is still running in the training. Now let's take a look after it has completed the running. So we can start the tensor board. This is our custom tensor board, and you can see the profiler, PyTorch profiler is loaded. You can see the overview, the operator view with all the and the trace view, which has all the details for the actual execution of the threads, and you can dive into it and see the performance issues. In the ML metadata, we have all the artifacts and lineage explorer, and you can see all the various artifacts and how the flow is happening across them. So we had the pre-process and then the training and then all the outputs that got uploaded to MinIO. The inference service is now ready and we can run an actual prediction on it. So this is the predict endpoint and we get the results. So it was predicted as business. And let's run the explain endpoint to get the model interpretability results. So we are outputting, printing the JSON file from the explain, and then we are loading it for the CAPTUM attributions for the visualization, and this is the visualization with the negative and positive color coding. So now let's look at the scalable serverless Vertex AI pipeline solution that was launched at Google I/O back in May. So it comes with an automated, scalable, serverless pipeline solution. There is no need to manage cluster anymore. So you don't need ops people to manage and monitor the cluster. And your data science team can self-serve and quickly build these pipelines and manage everything themselves. It is a very cost-effective solution because you only pay for what you use. You are using the familiar open source Kubeflow Pipelines SDK, so there is no new learning curve for your data science team. It comes with all the metadata and lineage tracking for the artifacts. You can have the metrics across, see them across the execution of the workflows. There is a very nice pipeline run analysis view, and you can monitor and debug right there in the Vertex AI solution itself. And it comes fully integrated with all the security features on the Google Cloud, including the Cloud IAM, the VPC-SC, and the customer managed encryption keys. So this here is a computer vision workflow for inside the Vertex AI pipeline. What you see in the right hand side is the artifact view, and on the left hand side is the actual visualization of the pipeline in the Vertex AI. And as you can see, it is a very nice view compared to the Kubeflow pipelines, and it gives you many additional features built on top. So let's now dive into a demo and look deeper into this Vertex AI pipeline. So this is the Vertex AI pipeline run view. As you can see, it is a very nice visual layout. You have the blocks and also you can see the artifacts. So here the CFAR10 pipeline is executing, and you can see the dotted lines where the pipeline execution is happening. So we're starting with the pre-process block, and then you can see all the summary analysis on the side. The next block is executing. If it is a cached block, then you will see like a arrow, circle arrow, or a checkbox when the block is actually executed in that run. So the TensorBoard image is being created, and the TOTSERV image with the model archive is being created. And in parallel, the endpoint is been deployed, and the model is deployed and endpoint created for it. On You can dive into an artifact and go to the lineage view for it. So this is the lineage. So you have the data set, the model from the training, and then the packaging of all the artifacts for deployment. So this is what the TensorBoard for the training looks like. We saw the accuracies, we saw these are the images. This is the actual TensorBoard graph for the model, and you can click on a block and see the actual detailed layers from that. And this is the PyTorch TensorBoard Profiler plugin, and you can get the details here. This is the actual code of the pipeline, very similar to the open source structure. You will start with the pre-processing, generation of the MAR file, and then GC AIP already has this model upload op, the endpoint create op, and the model deploy ops built in, so you don't have to write those. And then just pass the parameters for deployment, and then you compile your pipeline and you execute it from here. So this is the run that we saw previously. So once again, we have a nice navigation view, very nice visual tool compared to what we have on the open source side. So here are a few references for you to quickly get started. So we have the Kubeflow pipelines examples, the computer vision and NLP examples that we looked at for you to quickly get started. There is the Colab notebook for the Vertex AI pipeline, and the documentation for the Vertex AI pipeline, which gives you more details about the new and great features that have been launched. On the Captum AI side, the link for a great tutorial to quickly get you started on model interpretability, and Captum Insights for the visualization part. Link to the blog launch for the PyTorch TensorBoard Profiler, which gives you all the details of how to use the Profiler plugin inside TensorBoard for PyTorch, and a great article on the integration of TOTServe and KF serving and how to scale things, and all the reference examples linked with it. So thank you very much for coming to my talk. And now I will open it up for question and answers. And I look forward to hearing more from you and the community, either on GitHub or reach out to us on Discuss forums, and to provide feedback about the Kubeflow pipelines launch for PyTorch. Thank you.